I'm seeing red again. These thoughts are stuck in my head. Somebody hold me back. I'm losing patience. So don't give me an excuse, 'cause I got nothing to lose. My fists are black and blue from hitting the pavement. Don't get in my way. It don't set me off, 'cause I'm not somebody you'd wanna cross. This wanted man got guilt on his hands, and I'm not somebody you'd understand. I'm feeling dangerous. That ashes burn to dust. I'm ruthless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous. Don't get too close to me. Might not like what you see. I'm ruthless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah, there's nobody that's coming to save me. Trapped in the dark, but truly that's what made me. Yeah, I'm built different, just look at all of the scars. If I didn't make the change, the world would tear me apart. I've realized to survive, I had to be a beast. This determination in my heart, it set me free. So can you tell me now, who I got to fear? They try to knock me down, but now I'm still standing here. I use my pain, yeah, that's what makes me dangerous. Always been the underdog, pushed through all the changes. Mama always told me to be careful who you hang with. I never switched up, yeah, that's what made me dangerous. Look what I overcame, look how far I made it. They'll never knock me down, one day I'll be celebrated. Made my peace with all the harm that came to us. It made me this way, yeah, it got me feeling dangerous.
I'm feeling dangerous. That ashes burn to dust. I'm ruthless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous. Don't get too close to me. Might not like what you see. I'm ruthless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah, look, I'm feeling dangerous. Yeah, I'm feeling dangerous. They can't stop us. They can't stop us, no. They can't stop us.
Feeling dangerous.
Feeling too dangerous. Feeling too dangerous. You feeling too dangerous.
Feeling dangerous. Don't get in my way. It don't set me off, 'cause I'm not somebody you'd wanna cross. I'm feeling dangerous. I'm feeling dangerous. That ashes burn to dust. I'm ruthless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous. Don't get too close to me. Might not like what you see. I'm ruthless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm feeling dangerous.
yeah, let's go.
I'm feeling dangerous.
What I got to fear? Nothing. Yeah.
Heck, it's Sunday. It's actually Sunday. It's NFL Sunday. Let's go. It's not Saturday. It's not Thursday. It's not Monday. It's the best day of the week. And we got a full slate of games today. I thought, hey, we had 3 yesterday. We had 1 on Thursday. How can we possibly have so many games happening today? Guess what? No teams have a bye week anymore. Everyone's playing. Sorry, gotta play. Even if you don't want to. Even if you're the worst team in the league and you're the Panthers, you gotta play. Guess what? Because my co-host has your pick, okay? And you need to play. You need to lose, Panthers. You need to lose this week. How you doing, Syl? How you feeling? You think they're gonna, keep status quo for you? Keep that number 1 pick?
Man. Hey, the Panthers know what's up, man. Just stay on code. The plan is going so perfectly. All they gotta do is we keep that number 1 pick in our back pocket. We're gonna trade that for like 10 picks. Like the Bears playoffs 2024. All right.
Yo, what a prediction, man. What a prediction. We didn't even get to the predictions yet, dude. What a prediction, man. We have to bring that back for a freezing cold take. The longest played freezing cold take of all time. Week 15 of 2023. We'll bring it up next year when the Bills don't make the playoffs.
We're going to have it clinched by this time next season. We're going to have the playoffs.
He's tumbling down. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Tear down. That's what we do.
I love it, dude. Hey, man. You're not a fan unless you're showing your passion for real. So I'm glad you did that, man. I think some of my fandoms is rubbing off a little bit on you too. You just make wild things about your team. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we'll see what happens. But I think actually today both of us are gonna have a good game, good games to watch. Not only for our fantasy team since you got a bye week, but I think hopefully. I scooped up Tua Tagovailoa. Thankfully, he doesn't have Tyreek today. Of course, the 1 week I get him, he doesn't have Tyreek. But hopefully, Jalen Waddle will still have a good game for him, and obviously he's good on his feet too. So, did you pick up anybody in the free agent frenzy that we had?
I ended up with Travis Kelce. That was
this bastard.
That was I wanted to shore up the tight end position there, or flex position. I'm still in a running because it goes by waiver priority.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown wasn't able to be added to anyone's team because he just played. So I'm still waiting for that to clear to see who gets that.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. So that's another hot item right there. But obviously everyone went for Josh Allen, of course. So I put my bid in.
Legion of Doom, I think, got him first. I was tight because I wanted Rachaad White too.
Yeah. So after I put Josh Allen as a priority, and then pretty much up there close to the top, I had Kelce. So I'm glad I got him.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's a good pickup for sure. I picked up Cole Kmet today. He's a good surefire. Yeah, he's been playing very well the last couple of weeks with him and Justin Fields. So had to pick him up, and I wanted the running back position is one of the positions I've been kind of on and off on. I had Zach Moss, but I didn't play him yesterday. I'm like, let me not play Zach Moss. He ended up having a decent day, but still not like amazing. And my other 2 running backs are Gus Edwards and Kareem Hunt. But I forget who I picked up now, but it was just a random person. Oh, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones I picked up.
Okay. And he's coming off, I think, an injury too. Those split backfields, they make the running back a weird position, but I'm glad shout out to Money Train and the Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs is looking like the number 1 option there. I'm glad I held on to him.
It's good. It's solid. You were playing that the whole time. Hopefully, unfortunately, Justin Jefferson hasn't done much for you. And holding on to him, but
he looked good yesterday. Yeah.
He looked good. He looked good, but I'm just saying, like, it's been a while, right? You thought he was going to come back. Like, you kept saying, maybe he'll be back this week. Maybe he'll be back this week. But nah, man, the free agent frenzy is nice, and I think going forward in the playoffs, I might just keep doing it, dude. Like, until like maybe there's 6 teams left, and then I'll stop. But like all the teams that had a bye week, I think after this week, whatever teams lose, we're gonna do it again. Like, so if I lose, my team will be dissolved. Boom. But it'll just be the way that it goes. I think that's how I want to do it. and anybody in the chat who's here, obviously in the part of the league, if you want to, veto that, and my co-commish here can veto that too. But I think that's kind of a fun thing to do. It keeps it interesting, especially if one of your star players go down. You might you might have his chance still. You might be able to pick somebody up.
That's interesting. And then that shows that will show like your GM skills like on the fly as well. You know what I mean? So that's interesting. I never thought of that idea before. Yeah.
This is the whole reason why I wanted to be a GM, man, because I know that, people don't do these things. Whenever I'm like playing in fantasy, I'm like, oh, what if the league manager just did this? I'm like, I should just be the manager. And it's a fantasy league, right? So it's our rules, man. It's our rules. But let's get into it, actually. Enough of the fantasy talk. Let's go right to the predictions today, since we started a little late. Sorry, everybody. That's probably my fault. We're talking a little Rebel Moon and Netflix, and you get me talking about Rebel Moon and Netflix. We can talk for hours, me and Syl. So you see here, all the way on your left side of the screen, got Saturday finals, Vikings, Bengals, best game yesterday. First game, best game, huh?
Browning, right? It's all about Jake Browning.
I told you.
It's funny. He had a social media post after the game. He said he got a random drug test scheduled because of that comeback. And he's getting a drug test. So it's supposed to be random, right?
Good for you, Jake. Good for you. Earned that.
The Vikings, Nick Mullins actually didn't play that bad, but when he was bad in the game with 2 interceptions. I want to correct something I said yesterday. I said Nick Mullins was pulled when he was in there, and then Joshua Dobbs came in. No, that was Jaron Hall started a couple weeks ago, got a concussion, and that's when Joshua Dobbs came in and ran around, did some plays. So Nick Mullins wasn't playing yet until this game, and just wasn't enough, right? I mean, he was getting JJ and everyone, but the Bengals are on a mission, man. I'm not sure if Chase is that banged up though. He got a shoulder injury.
He does, but he is playing today. He's ready to go. Hopefully he did or yesterday. I'm sorry, he went out, but got me some numbers. That's all I needed. Give me some good numbers for the fantasy. I hope he's all right. Obviously, if I go forward, if I lose, Chase might be available for free agency for whoever's in the playoffs still, but. Man, what a game that actually ended up being. And shout out to Jake Browning. I said Jake Browning was going to Browning all over the field, but Vikings, man, they didn't go out to pasture. You called it before we played. You're like, yeah, Mullins is the quarterback. And I was like, oh, dang. If Mullins is the quarterback, that he looked good before he went out, and he looked good all day yesterday. But yo, he is the worst sad face of all time on the sideline, dude. Did you see him when after Jake Browning was in the OT? Jake Browning was going down the field, and poor Nick Mullins, he was just like beside himself, just all red in the face. I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh, dude, put a towel over your head, dog. Like, come on, man, hide your face. And then Colts, they went on and stomped the Steelers. You didn't predict that. You thought the Colts were going to lose. No. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, I mean, it's more on Tomlin. I thought Tomlin, but I think he lost control of this offense. You can't blame Matt Canada anymore.
Yeah.
It needs to be a cultural shift for the offensive side of the ball.
Tough.
Meaning you need a quarterback or get a new coordinator or – now, I know this has been a crazy year as far as like coaching talk, like this whole Belichick thing.
Don't say it.
It's not going away.
Don't say
Tomlin, they may want an offensive head coach for the Steelers. And Tomlin is a defensive guy. The problem is on offense. Yeah. I mean, after you fire the coordinator, who's next? You just hire another coordinator under Tomlin? I don't want to see Tomlin. Tomlin is a top 5 coach currently. He's a Hall of Fame coach. But a cultural shift may be needed, and it's sad to see it in real time with the Steelers and with the Patriots. But kudos to the Colts at home. The roof was closed, so it was nice and snuggy in there. And Colts is a scrappy team, man, just like the Jags. So I can't wait to see that division's going to come down to actually those 2 teams, which is crazy.
That's something we didn't expect to see, at least in the middle of the season, maybe at the beginning of the season with AR-15 going off. But shout out to the Colts getting the win at home. I think I called it, but not by that much. And then the Broncos they essentially laid a fat egg against the Lions. And shout out to the Lions having a bounce back game at home.
Mhm.
I didn't expect that, but good win for them going into the
Yeah.
playoffs.
I mean, I've said consistently all year, the Lions, they are a complete team, just like the 49ers are complete. I think the Eagles are complete. Teams like that, they're complete. Cowboys, you got
Right.
complete teams. It's just the Lions, I don't think they're ready for prime time. Right? So this was a get-right game, secure your footing in your division. But if you go against the Cowboys, Eagles, or 49ers, you're losing in the playoffs. I mean, that's what the Lions are, So good for them. So they feel good about themselves. Lock up that division. But that's where it stops. The Broncos, real quick, good run. I mean, like I said, no one thought they'd even be here. I think 7-7 now after a 1-5 start. So Sean Payton still, I know he won't get Coach of the Year, but he should get some votes just for turning the year around and squeezing something out of Russell Wilson. So props to that, but I think they're going to fade away too as well. Good story though.
You're telling me they're squeezing water out of a rock with Russell Wilson. Poor Russell Wilson, man. Let's ride.
Let's see kick him when he's down, bro. Look at this, man.
Oh man. Well, let's get into the predictions, man. Let me get that good old music in here at the background. We got Giants, Saints start off. Tommy DeVito, can we take the sauce on the road, man? Can we take into Voodoo Town? Now it's different down the bayou, and we've seen the Saints have some good home wins. The Saints are still playing for the playoff hopes. Some would say the Giants are too, but I don't think the Giants have a chance, really. I'm going to go Saints at home, but I don't expect it to be a 5.5 point spread. I think Tommy DeVito is going to have a Giants in the game, the whole game, dude. Who do you think's going to win, though, in New Orleans today?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints at home. I just think, the Saints, NFC South is in contention. Like 3 teams can literally win the division. It's going to go down to, the head-to-head division game. So the Saints got to be thinking they're too talented to lay an egg right here at home. Then you take care of business. Like you said, DeVito, that chicken parm sandwich is really good. I hear in New York with the vodka marinara sauce, but it doesn't travel, right? This DeVito sandwiches don't travel. You're in New Orleans. This is gumbo and all that stuff down there. So
it's different.
We're going with that voodoo Saints at home.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Unfortunately for the Giants, man, that story with Tommy DeVito is gonna end on the road. I think at least for this weekend. At least for this weekend
on the road, because he'll have another home game. It'll be a nice little story.
Right, exactly. Right. At least for this weekend. A little lull in the story for Tommy DeVito. But the other New York team actually on the road too. I wonder what's going on in MetLife this weekend. The Jets are on the road in Miami. 8.5 point spread. No Tyreek. As Real Talk was saying, our resident Miami fan in the chat said that half the team is resting. He thinks they're resting for the playoffs. So the Jets, they just won a game, and they won pretty well. My brother, yes, I have a brother. He is hilarious. He always sends me these funny memes. It was of Castaway when Tom Hanks is off the raft and he's screaming for Wilson, but it was Tom Saleh. Wilson, I'm sorry, Wilson, I'm sorry. It had me laughing so hard. Zach Wilson came back, and he actually had a great game last week. I don't expect this to be 8.5. If the Dolphins are resting their entire team, it's a division game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Jets, they don't want to lay down and die, especially with Aaron Rodgers coming back. You know, like when you show up to one of our cool table streams and we're all like, straighten up, everybody. Look good. That's how the Jets are right now because Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Everybody look good. So I think this is going to be a close game. I don't think the Dolphins covered the spread, but I think they get the win at home. What do you think is going to happen in Miami tonight, man? Today?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is cleared to practice. They're saying if there's something to play for next week, that there's a chance Aaron Rodgers will make his return. All I'm saying, I believe in the Mojo football gods. Okay, I believe in this, and we've been saying all year when Aaron Rodgers went after this big New York opening. He blows his Achilles.
holding the flag and shit.
You know, on 9/11, you know, like it's crazy. Whew. And he kept saying, yo, you know, y'all hold it down. I will try to come back. He is 1 week away from possibly, they say he's holding up good in practice this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, he's not just standing around. He is, you know, snapping, doing 3-step drops, 5-step drops.
He looks good.
Throwing the ball. I'm just saying,
He looks
bro,
good.
I think this does something to the team. And now on the flip side, Dolphins, Tyreek Hill out, Xavier Howard out. Tua's not the same. His Dolphins not the same without Tyreek. And then I'll just give y'all a preview to my MVP standings coming up this upcoming week. Tyreek Hill's out of the MVP because he's not gonna get the numbers.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get the numbers. You know, you miss these games, you're not gonna make history. That's the only way a wide receiver will ever be MVP. So sadly, he's gonna bow out, but it's gonna really show on this team. Tua's not the same. The defense not gonna be the same. The Jets believe that the football gods are real, y'all. Y'all about to see today. The Jets. This is a bet. I may actually bet this right now. I love this spread. We should really take this right here. I'm going for the Jets with a shocker of an upset, I guess, to some people. Woo. So then Aaron Rodgers returns next week. Like that's Hollywood right there. Like you can't write this better, man.
I know, dude. Damn, upset city of Miami. He's not saying Vice City. He said upset city. Jets taking New York on the road, man. I'd love to see it. Honestly, I would love to see it. It's a perfect trap game for the Dolphins too, to kind of just, oh no, we're gonna win this one. Not saying that that's what they're gonna do, but it's a perfect trap game, division matchup. The Jets, they can do it. They have the ability. Zach Wilson has the ability, but can he win on the road, man? I don't know. Come on, Zach Wilson, pull an upset for us. Definitely a Hollywood ending. Money Train James is saying, and Money Train James, I'm not pulling that one comment up because knock on wood, man, we never want to see any players get hurt. That's like SylNation Sports Network. I could speak for Syl for sure on that one. We never want to see any player get injured. So we're not even going to joke about it, dude. Nah. We're not even going to joke about it.
I'm not superstitious.
Yeah.
I'm not going
right, dude. Jeez. We're just talking about voodoo and stuff. We're going to talk about that right now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. Come on. The only joke I thought about during that time, because you're saying he played on 9/11. Good thing he didn't blow out both of his Achilles. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's the only real. As someone, I'm from New York, so I can say that. I feel like I was there when it happened. I could say that. Don't pull my card on that. All right. I got my ID still from New York. So another bomb that's gonna go off is possibly Joe Flacco at home in Cleveland, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. The Bears on the road. They're playing these close games that they're actually winning. They're out of the bottom 5, dude. Tell me what's gonna happen in Cleveland. This is gonna be a matchup today, man.
Been an interesting run for my baby Bears growing up right in front of your eyes. You know, I remember last year I had to eat all of this where the Bears lost like 7 straight, 8 straight. Like it was just a terrible ending to the season last year. I had to listen to Detroit Lions fans laughing as they beat Justin Fields twice last year. I had to stomach that. And then this year, something changed. Justin Fields, all these trade rumors and all, you know, we got the Panthers pick and our pick. Like we both teams suck. Justin Fields gets hurt. Then you get a backup arm wrestler coming in, winning games. And I think something clicked. And Justin Fields, y'all, he's like, hold up, man. Like, you know, I'm still him, right? I'm still Justin Fields now. And all they did was win 4 of the last 5 games. Including against the Lions, Vikings. Okay. The Bears are 1 loss behind the number 7 seed in the NFC. And if Austin's team does what they're supposed to, the Bucs beat the Packers, the Bears would literally be a half a game out of the playoffs, bro. Like this is crazy. This is
Let's
crazy.
go. Let's go.
But I do live in reality. The Browns are a better team. The Browns are a better team. I'm surprised this spread is not worse than what it is. I'm happy for my boys. Like they're making this like a story. But Joe Flacco, you know how much I believe. Like I love my Bears.
I know.
You know how much I believe in Joe Flacco with
Super
this
Bowl
roster of the Browns. Yeah, that's a good formula for a playoff run. This is what Flacco does, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the team. You got running back by committee, good running backs right there with Kareem Hunt, Jerome Ford. You got your receivers, Amari Cooper, Njoku stepping up as a top tight end. We ain't even got to talk about the defense for the Browns. You know, Myles Garrett, he crossing people over. They get the Browns are that team, y'all. All they needed was a healthy quarterback. They got one. Browns gonna win this game, but I'm still happy for my boys, though.
I know, man. They came, and that's the testament, though. I think of the fact that you guys have a coach. You guys have a coach now, and I didn't think maybe he was going to be out and they were going to clear house, because we all thought that when they brought over Sweat. We're like, what are they doing? Paying him like, yeah, like what are they doing?
Have a defensive head coach, and see, this is where like I was saying with Tomlin earlier. If you have a defensive head coach, you got to make sure you have the right offensive coordinator to take care of the offense, right? And that's where Tomlin went wrong the last couple of years. But Coach Eberflus for the Bears, he's a defensive guy. That defense is looking good. Like I said, when they got Montez Sweat, they're a top 10 defense in the league. Yep. This is real, y'all. This is about building for next year. Panthers, go and keep losing. We're gonna build from here.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing about my prediction for this game, right? We've both watched the NFL for I don't know how many years. You've definitely watched it longer than me. I will say we've seen all of both of us have seen all of Joe Flacco, right? We believe all of that. I think this is where the Bears catch Joe Flacco tripping. Because here's the thing. I call him Footsteps Flacco for a reason. When you start getting to him, I think a little Montez Sweat is going to have some sweat dripping down Joe Flacco. Yeah, I think he's going to be sweating in the pocket like, ha. And what's the cornerback's name that you guys have for the Bears?
Jalen Johnson, all pro level.
I think you're going to see him
you gonna get one?
Opportunistic, yes, because now you've seen a couple of weeks of Joe Flacco film and he has been making chicken salad out of chicken shit for the last couple of weeks, and now that you have film, this is the NFL, baby. You can't just come off, and you may have a couple of good weeks, and you can rest on and remember what you've done in the past. But hey, man, these are some young bucks out here. This isn't men's league where you can catch everybody tripping with your old tricks. Now I think the Bears, this tenacity, they want to go on the road and they want to show that, hey, man, you might be over here in Cleveland, but Ohio knows what's good. And Illinois knows what's good, I should say. And we're the master of the lakes. So I think the Bears get this upset. You call the Jets for the upset? I think the Bears get the upset. You call the Jets an upset and an 8.5 point spread. And I feel like my Bears pick is more atrocious on a 2.5 point spread.
Hey, Vegas, they buying into what my Bears is trying to sell. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm buying
into it too, man. I think they catch Joe Flacco today. I think Johnson gets one, man. I think Johnson gets one. I bet it is my whole life. You're right.
I will say this, though, because obviously, I mean, like I said, my pick is my pick, the Browns. But if the Bears somehow win this game, then, we're going to really make a run for the playoffs. That would be insane.
That'd be
really insane. We'll see.
Let's go, dude. We'll be the two happiest co-hosts of all time on a sports show. The Chiefs and the Patriots, though, man. Chiefs are on the road. Are we gonna see some Patrick Mahomes magic? Or are we gonna see I need to talk to your game manager? What are we gonna see today, bro? Which Patrick Mahomes version are we gonna see? And if Bailey Zappi beats you, are you gonna congratulate him at the end of the game? I want to know. 8.5 point spread, just like the Dolphins, Jets. Patriots at home, though, are different. The Chiefs haven't played well on the road. They went to the Broncos, who we thought that they were going to handedly beat, and they didn't do so. Now everyone wants to talk about rah-rah. Patrick Mahomes has been different the last couple of weeks. Patrick Mahomes should be the same Patrick Mahomes every day. When you asked about other elite quarterbacks, they're the same person. Week in week. Have you seen Tom Brady more focused? No, he's the same level of focus that he's always hyper focused. Have you seen Peyton Manning more focused than he? No, he's still watching 20,000 hours of film. Like, that's still Peyton Manning. I don't know why it's such a big story. There's a different Patrick Mahomes. I think Bill Belichick has Patrick Mahomes' number. All right.
Oh.
I think Bailey Zappi is going to say, I don't need to talk to anybody's manager. I am the manager. All right. And you almost said, can I talk to your manager? And you do one of these. Hi, I'm the manager. Nice to speak to you. That's going to be Bailey Zappi today, bro. And I think the Patriots get the upset at home. That's my wildest prediction all season, but they're doing it today, man, at home. Who do you think Who do you think is going to get the win in Foxborough, dog?
I mean, I will say, the luster on the Chiefs in this, current, potential dynasty run, it's kind of wore off a little bit this year, right? We thought it was coming as soon as Tyreek Hill left, but the Chiefs at least made sure there were, real pass catchers still on the team. After Tyreek Hill left, now they have no pass catchers. They literally it's just Travis Kelce who's being triple teamed every play, and they're just knowing these other guys are just stone hands and just or can't line up right on the field. Kadarius Toney and all this stuff, man. So the Chiefs, these aren't your last year's Chiefs or 3 years ago's Chiefs. Something's wrong with this offense, right? The defense is great. And that could be their saving point on the road against the Patriots.
That's fair.
I know the Patriots stepped up. It seemed like Zappi stepped up for the offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, not Bill Belichick. So will that carry over? Will Juju Smith-Schuster go for 90 yards again? No. Will Ezekiel Elliott look like Marshall Faulk out there? No, they played their best game ever against those doggone Steelers last week. So I think the Chiefs should win this game. And I think it's going to be ugly no matter what the Chiefs do. They're not – I don't consider them an elite team this year. But they lose to these Patriots. I cannot in good conscience pick the Chiefs to win another road game like the rest of the season. So they better win this game or I'm going to totally flip on them the rest of the year. So Chiefs for the win.
Hey man, that's right. This is coming down to a line where they've lost 2 games right recently, and you need to win this game. Get back. If this is a bounce back game of any game that I've seen all year, this is the one where you need to have one, Chiefs. But I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going Patriots. Falcons, Panthers, another division matchup. This is division week for some teams. 2.5 point spread on a division lead and the last in the division, the last in the league, only 2.5 point spread. That says a lot for the Falcons on the road against the Panthers team, who they're playing better, right? They're not playing great, but they're not playing as bad as they have at the beginning of the year. I think this is going to be a close game just because it's a division matchup, but obviously I said this all year as well. I'd be stupid to pick the Panthers, all right? They've only got 1 win. I ain't picking the Panthers. Falcons for the win. Who do you think's gonna win in Carolina, dude?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we stand on messaging here, man. The Panthers, what I'm saying, we need you to keep losing, keep on losing, and then you probably could win the last game of the season and we'll be comfortable. But this game, now the Panthers, they've been trying. They've been, in there in the first halves. Then Bryce Young, he realizes how short he is and he just can't get the ball past the line of scrimmage anymore after a while. So, yeah, the Falcons have a lot to play for. Again, that NFC South, they're going to be scoreboard watching the Saints up there and, seeing what the Bucks are doing down there in Green Bay. So Falcons for the win. This one's not going to be pretty either, but, they got to take care of business against the Panthers.
It's not going to be pretty at all. It's going to be one of the games that's never shown probably on Red Zone today. The Texans, Titans. All these games are just about to kick off, by the way. Texans, Titans, 3.5 point spread. Surprisingly, favored to the Titans. Now, they just beat the Dolphins on the road.
Yeah, Titans did, yeah.
On Monday night. So They had a short week this week, but they're still at home, favored 3.5-point spread. They still have Derrick Henry. They still have D Hop. Will Levis is a game. Game. What do I want to say? He's a slinger. He throws the ball really hard, and he's got an arm. If he can just have more time, more reps, and be smarter, he could be a really good quarterback, I think. But he just got thrown into the fire this year, so that's why he had a couple down weeks. I'm surprised it's a 3.5-point spread towards the Titans. Texans are actually fighting, and I think can still be in playoff contention at this point. But CJ Stroud coming off the old concussion, no Tank Dell, no Collins. You got old running backs doing, your dual carry, running back by committee. I think the Titans definitely get this win at home, and it's going to be it's a division battle. The AFC South, just like the NFC South, is going to be gritty. It's going to be a hard-fought win, and Mike Vrabel is trying to keep his job, I think. So I think, that's where he stands too, Vraves. So I think Titans get the win at home. Who do you think is going to win in Tennessee today?
Yeah, like you said, no CJ Stroud. I mean, so that's, his MVP campaign is kind of over as well. But, definitely rookie of the year. They had a great year making Texans relevant. Case Keenum, the veteran quarterback, is getting the start for the Texans. I mean, we've seen this story before with that guy. That's the definition of, backup quarterback. Titans is about the Will Levis, formula right now. Like, how much should he throw it? How much should he kind of, use Derrick Henry more? They're still figuring out that balance, right? Because some games, he's been up and down on a couple of games. So, but yeah, it's about the Titans. It's about Will Levis getting his reps in, winning at home. A little troll job by the Titans. They're wearing the throwback Houston Oilers jerseys as the Houston Texans are coming into town. So I like that level of payment.
That is crazy.
And we are fans of Coach Vrabel. I think they're going to get that win at home at the Houston with the Oilers jerseys on. Throwback.
It says Sims. Is that who's playing right now? Oh, my goodness. They just punted the ball, the Texans, to the Titans. So our picks are going apropos. And then the other game that's going off right now, the Buccaneers-Packers. Now, I'm not going to look at this too much, but obviously 3.5 points. It's not really – they're not saying the Buccaneers are going to lose outright, but saying the Buccaneers are going to lose on the road. I think this team has the biggest chip on their shoulder. Nobody's talking about them. Everyone's counting them out, saying they suck. And every game since the last 2 games that they've won has been a playoff winner go home. And they know that. This is another one of those games. And this is a chance for them to see on the totem pole, like, where they stack up. Are you going to be able to make the playoffs? And if you are you going to be able to be any sort of team? This has to be a complete game for the Buccaneers. And I think it's going to be. I think they're going to be able to catch the Packers at home. It's going to be a close game. I think the spread is going to be it's going to be like a 1-point win, if not like a 3-point win to come down to the game. This is going to be on red zone and probably a game you guys are going to want to keep locked in on because they're going to be slinging it back and forth. No Devin White. That's a good thing. No Carlton Davis. That's a good thing because their backups are actually playing better than them. Vita Vea's playing today. Chris Godwin's playing today. All the starters are on offense. We're good to go. I think that we got a good chance to win this game, and we're going to win this game at Lambeau. Upset special. Go Bucks, obviously. Buccaneers for the win. What do you think is going to happen in Lambeau, though, dude?
This is a playoff game. Like, this game right here. Like, you're getting a playoff game week 15 right now. You know what I mean? So, obviously I got the NFL Red Zone channel, so it's going to be jumping around. I didn't buy the ticket yet, but this would be a game I will watch every snap of because, really, whoever loses this game, I think they literally would not make the playoffs. Buccaneers, they've had an interesting run this year. Again, holding pace with the NFC South. I think the Saints and the Falcons will win, their respective games. So, Bucs needs to win this game to hang in that race, and then plus – you got, the Giants and my Bears right there, 1 loss behind the Bucs. So you got to win this game, right? They've been up and down. Like some games, it's like Baker Mayfield, he's a good game manager at times. But then like Chris Godwin doesn't see the ball at all the whole game. It's like, how does that happen? Then the things start flowing, and then Mike freaking Evans doesn't get any catches. Like,
I know
what? You know what I mean? I can't trust. This is playoff time. I cannot trust this version of the Bucks team. Which team is going to show up? The Packers, they had a hot run. We've gotten love for Jordan Love last couple of weeks. Matt LaFleur, went down and, had too many chicken parm sandwiches or something with the Giants and, dropped the game. But, that's the old Giants Packers thing right there. The veto got them. But I think the Packers, they just been more consistent the last month than the Bucks. I don't know what Bucks team. The Bucks can mess around, come in there and drop 40. Or they can come in there and only have 6 points. I can't trust. This is playoff time. So I gotta go with the Packers. Though I think this spread could actually be even a little closer though. Cause I don't know what version, you know what I mean? That's a weird. I wouldn't put no money in this either because I don't know what's gonna happen in this game, but this is a playoff game, so we'll see what happens. But my official pick is the Packs.
That's fair, man. That's fair. It's like as we were deciding there, the Buccaneers were like ebbing and flowing by our picks. Rashad Rashad, you were going on Buccaneers side. Rashad White went up the middle for 5 minutes. You started picking the Packers, and Baker Mayfield got sacked. Man. 4th and 12. We got a field goal. Let's go. Put us on the board. Go Bucks. On the board, man. So that's a 1 p.m. picks. I got the 4 p.m. games are just as good, man. I mean, obviously you got the marquee game right there. But first and foremost, we got the biggest spread of the week, 49ers, Cardinals. I think it's fair. It maybe should have been bigger, but Kyler Murray, it's a division game. They're at home in Arizona, so they're not going to, just sleep this game away. But I think the 49ers still take care of business, probably cover this spread, and get the win. On Arizona's nice grass down there that they like to ship in and ship out of the stadium. But what do you think's going to happen in Arizona today, dude?
Yeah, I mean, 49ers, they're the best team in the league right now. They had the little, they took a little break mid-season. That threw us off a little bit. Like, how are you just going to take 3 weeks off and then
what happened?
Come back and destroy people? It's like, what's going on? But, definitely Niners for the win. Tricky spread because I think Kyler Murray, y'all know how I feel about the little guy running around making plays. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to just let him just go out like that, right? So, I don't think 49ers will cover that spread. Kyler Murray will at least make it interesting. Maybe it'll be a shootout, right? But, man, 49ers, they got too much, man. Deebo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, CMC. Brock Purdy is, the best game manager in the game right now. Meaning he makes smart plays. It's not like a diss, right? I mean, people was mad at Cam Newton calling people game manager. Former MVP, made it to the Super Bowl, all pro. And they was mad he called him a game manager, called Purdy a game manager. I understood what he was saying. Purdy's a smart player. He makes the right plays. He's not like Josh Allen. We'll talk about him in a little bit here.
Yep.
But, 49ers for the win. I just wouldn't touch the spread.
It's a tough one, man, with a division game like that. That's what I meant with the Jets, too, with the 8.5 point spread. I was like, I don't feel good about that. As far as the Cam Newton stuff goes, I did want to thanks for bringing that up because you're absolutely right, man. I mean, I respect him so much for coming into the Patriots and like playing his ass off as much as he could for the Patriots too. Like he could say what he wants, and he even began his statement and responding to everybody. He's like, guess what? At the end of the day, these are all opinions, anyways. So it doesn't really matter whether you want to give me gruff for my opinions. Your opinions are the same. They're just opinions. So shout out to Cam Newton. He is a great quarterback, always will be. And changed the game, man. Changed the game when he came into the league. So shout out. Another, this isn't a division matchup, but it feels like these teams are in the same tiers a little bit just because they lost a lot this season. But the Rams are actually playing for the playoffs still. Yep. Commanders they're playing to, I don't know, go down the old yellow brick road, man. They're sailing off into the sunset for the rest of the season. Sam Howell, great first season as a rookie. A lot of numbers. A lot to learn from, though, and I think Aaron Donald feasts today. I think that Rams defense is the reason why it's 6.5 points. They're at home, too, in SoFi. Dad's going to sling it, and they're coming off a loss to the Ravens in OT.
Tough
where
loss.
they showed they could be a potential playoff contender with the way that they played in that game. So I think the Rams actually win this and cover the spread at home in SoFi. What do you think happens in LA, dude?
Yeah, like we said, Dad of the Year. I think it's settled. Matthew Stafford won
Dad of the year.
Right?
Can we give out awards? We're gonna give out our own awards this year, dude. We're
got
giving out
awards.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely our own categories. No, Matthew Stafford definitely. Got the team together. I've been following this team. Sometimes, I love the game of football, just overall NFL. So I watch everyone. So just certain teams kind of like, oh, I like this team this year. Right. That's been the Rams for me, with Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell, Kyron Williams. It's been a fun team to watch, man. You still got Aaron Donald, over there as well, too. So, this is going to be a win for them. I feel the Rams will, there'll be too much. The Commanders gave up, 2 months ago, right? So, and I think Rivera is definitely out. I think they're we'll see. We'll talk about the Commanders offseason. They don't deserve too much conversation.
Not a whole lot of airtime right now. Yeah.
Rams for the win to hang in that playoff race because it's scoreboard watch time. As far as if the Packers lose, if another NFC team lose, the Vikings just lost. So a lot of teams feel like they're in this race.
Yep.
So the Rams, they feel they can hang with anyone. They got a Super Bowl just a couple years ago. That core is still there. And they just took who I feel the best AFC team is the Ravens. They just took them, to the final seconds.
Right.
So I think the Rams really should be feeling good about themselves, Coach McVay and the staff. Rams for the win.
Rams for the win, man. It's a good pick and a dumb pick if you pick the Commanders. I think only a Commanders fan would pick them. But the marquee game, I think, of this week, if you're not a fan of any other team, if you could just say, hey, what's the best game probably is Sunday? Cowboys-Bills, man. Especially Cowboys on the road versus the Bills.
Everybody's going to be watching this.
Yeah, dude. Everyone, especially it's Dallas. It's semi, west, the West Coast, the South, and going into the Northeast. You really get to see, the clash of the Titans, who's going to be the winner. And it's like could be Super Bowl. Because this is the only time these teams would face in the postseason anyways, is if they reach the Super Bowl. NFC versus the AFC. I wanted to check the weather today. I believe it's decent in Orchard Park. It's cold. It's still cold, but there's no rain or snow forecasted at the moment. But I told you, I probably said this a billion times before this. I grew up in New York, in upstate New York, and when you grow up near Buffalo, kind of, you hear lake effect a lot. Lake effect, lake effect, lake effect. It's that damn Great Lakes, man. They have that lake effect. So the weather can turn at any moment. Like, where's the snow? Oh, that lake effect. Oh, that lake effect. It pissed me off hearing that so much as a kid. But that could be an effect. So watch out for that lake effect in Orchard Park today. And I think the Bills being favored is smart, but I think the Cowboys defense has a little bit of something to show for Josh Allen. They've been playing some teams this year that have these shifty quarterbacks. Not as good as Josh Allen, but I still think they've been able to shut down Jalen Hurts, and they can do the same with Josh Allen. It depends on if the Bills are going to have a running game, whether or not the Cowboys defense is really going to stand a chance. The Bills, if they are only passing and they can only, go off of Josh Allen, then the Cowboys are going to be able to shut that down. Mike McCarthy's game plan for that, So I think the Cowboys are actually going to pull off the upset and keep their winning ways and stay at the top of my power rankings. Don't make me wrong, all right, Cowboys? Get this win on the road versus the Bills. What do you think is going to happen in Buffalo today?
Man, I want to pick the Bills so bad, man. Like, I really – I'm a fan of Josh Allen because, he reminds me of Brett Favre. Right? It was fun watching Brett Favre just playing like he's in the backyard, just slinging it. That's how Josh Allen playing. They can get you in trouble, as we see with this team. It's just the Bills. They've been through so much this year, man. That's why I think they're literally 7-7. Like they literally are win some, lose some. You have an elite quarterback, a game changer, as Cam Newton would say. This is, the difference here. Like Josh Allen can put a team on his back. They could be missing players. Diggs could be out, all this, and Josh Allen can win you a game, I can't say that for, game managers, no diss, right? So I want to pick the Bills. It's just the defense banged up still. They lost so many people. Stephon Diggs' brother Trayvon hates Josh Allen. It just Sean McDermott, I think the head coach is an idiot. Comparing stuff to 9/11 and stuff like. It's so there's so much talent. I mean, the Cowboys are rolling. And it's on the road. And that's why you can get the Cowboys this year. That's why they were that number one seed. Just side note, if the Cowboys find someone to get number one seed, they're going to the Super Bowl. But I don't think they're going to get the number one seed. They're on the road. This is like spotlight time, Josh Allen. Like I can't go with the. I can't pick the. I want to pick the Bills
so bad.
I just don't think they're going to have enough. I think Dak is MVP. I think, like you said, Cowboys defense is probably going to be the ultimate difference.
Yep.
In this game, and I'm just not impressed with the Bills as a team lately. And when you have bad, and you know how I feel when I see it's like bad coaching, like I really turn on teams when I see bad coaching. I don't think they have good coaching. We're going with the Cowboys, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe I keep picking the Cowboys this year.
Hey, go Cowboys. Where's Necron where you need him, dude? Probably off in the darkness somewhere.
But that means if the Cowboys lose, the sky is falling. The sky is falling.
If they lose, though, at least it was to a very good team. I think the Bills have the pedigree for it, but I think you're absolutely right. There's too many things stacked up against the Bills, and there's too many things going right for the Cowboys right now. That could be a Sunday night game. But our Sunday night game actually, oh man, they went forward on fourth down. The Packers went forward on fourth down. Sorry. Packers went forward on fourth down. Incomplete, dude. Turnover on downs. Oh, that's hilarious.
Matt LaFleur. He plays by the seat of his pants. That can be, good or bad for that team. Yeah.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Hey, timeout at 2:25 in the Buccaneers-Packers game. A Sunday night, as I was saying, Ravens versus Jaguars on the road in Duval, and they're favored by 3.5 points. I think that this would be actually a bigger spread, to be honest with you, with the way that the Ravens and the Jaguars have been playing. Jaguars haven't been playing great at home. That's actually where most of their losses are, at home in Duval. But I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. Do you think we're gonna see the look of bewilderment from Trevor Lawrence today? And what do you think we're gonna see out of
I love that look. I love when he was like a big dumb California boy. I love when he has that dumb look. I think, man, the Ravens, what a schedule they've had this year, man. It seems like the Ravens been in big games every other week, sometimes back-to-back weeks, right? So kudos to them and the staff, and Lamar playing more like a game manager this year. There is no diss. He just don't have the numbers, you know what I mean? But the Ravens, like I said, they're my pick, to go to the Super Bowl, AFC Rams. And this is just another way they're getting tested by teams that's high flying. Now they're getting tested by us, because they played the Rams last week. Now this Jags is a scrappy team, probably a desperate team as well. This is when you put your foot on the necks of the AFC Ravens. Like, you win this game, you're the clear-cut number one. Dolphins fading away. Sorry, Carlos, they're fading away. We see the Chiefs, the mess that's going on with them. The only other division leader is the Jags, and the Colts right on their heels, right?
Yep.
The Ravens, this is like you secure home field. Like, you knock this game out.
Yeah.
And you probably rest in the last 2 weeks of this season. So
fair.
Ravens for the win. Now, I tricked myself saying, they got put on the show, and Lamar. It's like, no, Lamar, if you watch him his MVP year to now, Lamar is actually letting his team win. Not trying to make every play.
Yeah.
Natural progression. That's what Mike Vick did late in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He was running all the first couple of years, and then he's like, hold up, I got weapons out here, bro. And Odell Beckham is like back. You know what I mean? So I'm going with the Ravens. Like I said, that's my pick. AFC, and then plus, I want to see Trevor Lawrence lose because
you just love that look on his face. The look of bewilderment.
that's really what it is. I just want to see him lose.
Poor Trevor Lawrence, man. There's so much wasted talent, I think, down there just because of the poor management decisions that they had, bringing Urban Meyer in, and the fiascos that happened with him. But I'm actually right there with you, man. Ravens, they won at home at a tough team. I think I picked the Rams actually to come in and upset that game, but it showed to me that the Ravens can hang in there and they can win when they need to and make the plays that they need to down the stretch. That's all that matters in the playoffs, right? You can play crap all game as long as you keep yourself in it, or you can come back and then make the plays at the end of the game. That's going to win you the game. They have the defense, they have the offense, and they know now we're this team. As you said, we can get the number one AFC locked up and then have Baltimore be the playoffs. You got to go through Baltimore to get to the Super Bowl. I think the Ravens, they cover the spread and they win it handedly today. Albeit Jaguars and all of their losses, they've kept it interesting. So it might look like a blowout, but at the end of the game, the Jaguars might, put some fight up and might make it interesting. But I still think
garbage stats.
Garbage stats, right? I still think the Ravens cover the spread, and that's why I didn't start Calvin Ridley this week against the Ravens.
Because you never know with Trevor Lawrence, but you never know.
Never know, dude. Never know. Ravens for the win on the road tonight. Tomorrow night, we got a weird game. Battle of the Birds. Are the Eagles going to take it, or are the Seahawks going to take it? It's only a 3.5-point spread, which I'm kind of surprised by because I think the Seahawks haven't been playing great as of late. I guess the Eagles haven't either. They're coming off 2 losses, some hard losses too, and they're back on the road. They're not getting any chances to kind of recoup and have a bounce-back game at home. I don't think this is a bounce-back game on the road. I think this is a tough win. I think the Eagles still get the win in the Battle of the Birds, but I still think it's a very tough win because the Seahawks, they aren't out of it completely yet either. They got DK Metcalf, they got a Super Bowl winning head coach, but it's like, is Geno Smith going to Geno Smith, and the Eagles defense going to be opportunistic when that comes down to it? So I think the Eagles, they cover the spread, but it's going to be a hard fought, low scoring game in my opinion. What do you think is going to happen though? Is a 12-man going to be on the field? Is going to help out Seattle? Is it going to do anything for him? You think the Seattle's going to pull an upset tomorrow night?
Man, those 12s, I think they're still recovering from Thanksgiving, right? Those 12s with the 49ers destroyed them out there. Like, that home field ain't the same no more with Seahawks this year at least. And people got to put some respect back on the Eagles. I know that, the 49ers crushed them. We kind of saw that coming. We called the Cowboys going to get revenge on them a month before it happened. We was like, the way the Cowboys lost that first game against the Eagles, I was like, oh, yeah, they got it figured out. They're going to beat their division rival next game, next time they play.
Yep.
And that's what happened at home in Dallas, right? So I'm not like, oh, the Eagles are just the sky is falling. No, but you do got to bounce back and win this game. The Eagles obviously have a better roster than the Seahawks. Though, we'll throw a little caveat here. Jalen Hurts is hurt. He's questionable. Yeah. He's been downgraded to questionable for this game, but he hasn't been 100% all year. They've been finding ways to win. So, will this luck runs out Monday night? It shouldn't. If for some reason if he doesn't play, they're in trouble. But because he's a good decision maker, that's what Jalen Hurts does. But I say Eagles for the win. Seahawks, it's about figuring out what's your identity next year, because I don't, like you said, this Geno Smith experiment, it was cool for like a year and a half. Now it's like, okay, we kind of see you're really not like, you're not even a good game manager at this point. Like, that's what you're just not playing good football, overall. So
tough.
Eagles for the win, but we'll watch those headlines to see if Jalen Hurts, if somehow he doesn't play. It's going to be interesting.
An extra day of rest, and maybe it'll help him out there, being that a Monday night game. And I think you're right with the Geno Smith experiment. It's tough to say that, but I will say last year his passing game coordinator was given a lot of the credit for Geno Smith's improvement That's Dave Canales. That's the guy who's the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers right now. So now he's gone. Geno does look a little bit different. I will say that. So, and Baker Mayfield's been looking pretty good this season. Still, right now, Buccaneers are down. Baker Mayfield got sacked and he fumbled it, and Green Bay got the ball back and they scored. Yeesh. The games are in full swing though right now. It's all one-score games. It looks like no team is up by a full score. So Titans missing extra points out here, looking like the Titans. We never know what's gonna happen with that Titans team, dude. Never know what's gonna happen. But before we get on out of here, we got the Monday recap. It's gonna be quite the recap, depending on how these games play out at 1:00. We'll see. We'll see if we'll see any freakouts from me tomorrow. But anything you want to promo before we get on here, bro?
Like I said, definitely the Monday recap. That's gonna be fun. To take a look back at what happened today, the important finishes and things like that.
Yes, sir.
Side note, the geek stuff full effect. So definitely, ramping up. This is Rebel Moon week for everyone. We're all about to see that film, so that's gonna be
so
exciting
sick
to talk about. And like I said, with our sports stuff, the power rankings and everything coming this week. So stay tuned. It's getting really crunch time.
Yeah.
Go games.
It's getting down to the wire, man. If it's playoffs for sell time, it's playoffs for a lot of NFL teams right now too, and fans. So we're feeling a little bit on edge here at SylNation Sports Network. We're down to the wire. Are we gonna make it, or are we gonna not? I just want to know, man. I just want to know. But hopefully everyone's teams wins today. I hope you're winning in your fantasy leagues too if you made the playoffs, unless your name is Mr. J. Then I hope you lose. Well, shout out everyone for being here. Appreciate y'all for making this a show. It wouldn't be as fun if we didn't have y'all in the chat. So good luck to everyone in their teams. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow for the mini Monday recap. Till next time, everybody. Peace.